Hi guys, here from Georgia. I'm very happy on Pax Europiana tour in that beautiful town. In Georgia you see Ukrainian flags. They stand with solidarity with Ukraine. Not as much as maybe some of the Ukrainians want. That's another topic, I will address that. But of course, you know, it's a very beautiful city and you see here ancient monuments, beautiful buildings, the witness of prosperity of the past, because this was the Silk Road between Europe, and it is again the Silk Road between Europe and Asia or the Southern Caucasus. It's my second time to be here in Georgia. I have not been in Azerbaijan and Armenia, to my great regrets, but as long as they stand with Russia, especially Armenia, I will not go. But here, this is the European country. They have a very strong cooperation with Ukraine. You can see that here. That's very beautiful, and they are very European. In a regional capital, it's very good to start my tour because I will also call for empowerment of the regions, for regional prosperity, for federalism for Georgia in a federal Europe. This is very important. I will call, and I'm calling actually, for the Euro for Georgia, as I published in the Georgia Today already, and I will call that again in interviews. I will be very active also to ask for fast-track accession of Georgia together with Ukraine, Moldova, and of course with our friends of the Western Balkans, especially the NATO friends, because that's really very important, that we are united, we are together, and that we stand together in the European Union against Russian aggression. This is of course the way. More European unity and the integration of Georgia in the European Union is the logical future of the answer towards Russian aggression. And I'm walking here, you see, this is how this old city is always developed along the river. Tbilisi, you will see, looks a bit the same. It is the river which is dominating. I guess it's the same river. Oh guys, you will criticize me for not knowing my geography, but I at least made it here. And I can prove that I am in Kutaisi, to make it correctly. And I'm calling for UN NATO membership here, and I'm calling for the Euro, and that's of course the best way. I will meet now some friends of the Austrian-Georgian Friendship Group. That will be my entry point here in this beautiful town. In the evening I plan to be in Tbilisi already, and then I will keep you for 2 days. And if I manage my trip well, which is not always the case, I will end up in Batumi and then back here. That is my itinerary. And here I wanted to show you this important river which leads to the Black Sea that I'm confident of. And that's of course an important resource. Maybe it could be also an important waterway one day. There needs to be a lot of work done, but that would be of course one way to do it. And it's a European river, because we are in European Georgia. And I don't mean it politically, but I'm obviously closer to the opposition than to the government. I make no questions about that, but we should build a European consensus now in Georgia. This is important at this moment. Obviously the political prisoners should be released. Saakashvili, now 20 years after his pro-European Rose Revolution, to be in prison is a big mistake. There's also a journalist now in prison. That's absolutely unacceptable. We should build a consensus and not a confrontation that is only serving Russia. And what we need of course is now the EU membership decision, but in 2024 together with Ukraine, once there is clarity and victory, there should be, look, it's very beautiful here, very Mediterranean, very warm here on the day. I had to wake up already at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a bit tired, but okay, that belongs to traveling with Wizz Air. The computer system was breaking down, but whatever. Now you see the ancient prosperity, these buildings. This is the prosperity of the Silk Road. This is one of the cities, I think, then the mountains start. I will also see some of the infrastructure. It's also very interesting when you travel like this, because I'm obviously less acquainted with the Southern Caucasus than with the Southern Balkans, but I'm very much for the Southern Caucasus to be also Georgia to be in the EU. Let's not exaggerate with Azerbaijan. it would be good to have a free trade agreement and to have a Southern Caucasus Benelux, of course in CEFTA and in Regional Cooperation Council. That is for them. And for Armenia to break them out of the grip of Russia, that would be perfect. And yes, that is my plan for the Southern Caucasus. It's very logical, all in the Regional Cooperation Council, in CEFTA and in all the attached organizations, but Georgia obviously in NATO, EU and the Euro. The others can back their currency towards the Euro and be more or less associated, and by time they can have a DCFTA, and we see how it's going over time. Yeah, this is the center here. It's very beautiful. I really like it. This is one of the main buildings. I will learn a bit more and I will share about the history of this mysterious place, which I, to my great regret, didn't even know the name of before. But I will learn, and I will also build partnerships between regional authorities. That's also very important. I will promote pedestrianization. And that's also my favorite topic. Hello from the Marilferstraße. And I will do what I can to promote Austrian-Georgian friendship. That's of course also my part of my mission and my plan, because Austria is a good role model for Georgia, but not the neutral Austria of the pro-Russian version, but the real Austria, the one which we are going to build, the one in NATO and with the Euro, of course, successfully in the EU, the one which is decent and friendly. And this is a perfect European Austria, which I like very much, and which should be then a federal. It's a federal country. We should also improve that, by the way. And this federal Austria is a very good role model for federal Georgia, and that's what I gonna propose. And by the way, to recognize Kosovo would be also very good, and then to join CEFTA and Regional Cooperation Council. That's our all big projects. I have been not successful in any of them. You can also question that one, but I will continue to call for them. And here in this beautiful European Georgia tour, now ahead of the EU summit and ahead of the 19th of June European Action for EU Enlargement, we can now work together and achieve that. And I hope that also Kutaisi, now I pronounce it correctly, will be on the streets on the 19th, and they will also make a clear statement that they want to be in the European Union. And what I saw on the airport, and the whole airport was already with European flags, that was very, very promising, and I was very happy about it. And I'm absolutely in love already with Georgia. What a beautiful place. And it's a pity I can just stay for 3-4 days. On Saturday I have to go back, but I will do the maximum I can in terms of publicity, YouTubing, Twitter and Facebook, to make clear that we should join the European Union and we have to be more open. And again, my apologies to Georgia that I was not so active in the 90s. I regret, but I came back to make it clear. It's time for European Georgia. It's time for Georgia in the European Union. Hashtag Georgia in EU. Join, and please Macron, don't hurt the people of Georgia. They're Europeans. That's the task why we have the European Union. They're a good contribution for security, prosperity to the world. And if the Southern Caucasus can also be of significant strategic significance for Europe in this energy crisis with Azerbaijan, they can make a contribution. And Georgia is of course a very important transit factor and of course an area of stability, because Russia may not win and they cannot win nowhere. That's the whole idea. So Georgia in the EU, and it will be very successful. More to come from Pax Europiana here from Kutaisi, and thanks a lot for watching, and soon more videos to be released. Bye!